Hey traders, what's going on? This is the watch this video for Monday, November 11th, showing you the SPY basically within a smidge of all-time highs. So still really strong market, fairly narrow ranges on an intraday basis lately in the SPY, but that's usually to be expected when we've just broken out to new all-time highs. Let's go into the watch list for Monday. I'm going to start with CLVS. Big pop and a pretty darn strong close, massive volume. I got to share a story for those that weren't in chat. I had this on my gap playlist, and my gap playlist kept growing before the market opened, and I thought, okay, I don't have enough room on my chart or my monitors for all these, so I just randomly, I don't know about randomly, I just picked CLVS as one to pull off of my gap play monitor. So I didn't have it on my gap play monitor, and then for you course takers, there's your opening 2-minute candle. Sellers come in, 2-minute buy setup, or just a seller's fail scenario with the previous day's high just above as a catalyst. Never saw it because I had taken it off my gap play monitor. Pretty aggravating. Having said that, Wayne gave a nice whole number inflection point, 5 break kind of above this high of day flag, and then it still went up over 6 from there. So what is that, a 20% move from there? Great call by Wayne. Anyway, definitely want to watch this one because it had massive volume on Friday and certainly closed pretty strong. So let's keep our eyes on that one really all week. Disney gapped up but sold off. It's kind of interesting that it gapped up to around the whole number 140, actually slightly above it. So let's just watch this one all week. If we can get back above that 140, might give us a nice trade. And I'm still kind of watch it just as a bounce play all week. See if we get one of those setups. TrueCar, TRUE, not in love with this one because it gave back a lot of its intraday gains. Closing way off of its highs, but still, speaking of whole number inflection points, Wayne also called this one over 5 right here and gave a really nice quick pop, and then kind of went into just sideways the rest of the day. So, if you don't catch that one trade setup, a lot of times you can nickel and dime yourself trying to trade this stuff, right? Where it's just chopping sideways for the rest of the day. So anyway, that first trade is usually pretty important, that first setup in a stock like that. Wi-Fi goes back on watch. It had this big pop on Wednesday, just a couple lower highs, kind of flagging on lower volumes. I've got a line there at Wednesday's high. I just threw it on my chart. I think I put that on the chart Friday. Anyway, certainly worth watching. SES had a big pop on Friday. I'll show you intraday. You can really see. I've been watching that one all week, and I still didn't catch a trade in it because when it was kind of giving setups like maybe this 820, this cup and handle break right here, really hadn't traded much. I'd be surprised if it had 200,000 on the day, and then this is where the volume comes in when people start chasing. So anyway, it still did get a nice volume spike, so let's keep our eyes on that one all week. Former high flyer, and it's kind of trying to turn back up on the daily. AGRX, super mad at myself because I was out of the office when this gave what I would deem an A+ setup. Remember, it looked like this coming into Friday, and I had it on bounce watch. Then we get a gap down. Look at this nice setup right through that whole number 2. Not just a random whole number inflection point, but a recent high flyer on bounce watch with the high of day 204, and a nice consolidation to take the trade out of. So your stop is pretty darn tight, probably a nickel. But I was out of the office when this happened. Look at that, right through 2. Then you've got the high of day break, and it went all the way up over 220. Anyway, it closed fairly strong. So now we've got a potential break of Friday's high and then Thursday's high just above that. So it's still a decent setup with a crazy squeeze early last week, and now after a 2-day pullback, curling right back up. So I want to keep that one on watch. NIO, after this massive day, a few days lower, no trades in it yet since that big day for me, but I'm going to put that on bounce watch. Shake Shack, I'm just going to keep watching this until it gives a setup, and I'm just looking for an intraday bounce. So this isn't me saying, hey, this is a good investment. As you guys know, I'm in cash every night. So this one, again, I'd like to see it get down to the 60 area, which it had some support right here for probably 2 months worth. It traded around the 60 number, and it's fallen there pretty quickly. It was just 85 a few days ago. So definitely want to watch that for bounce again. Didn't have any trades in it on Friday. IQ, quiet inside day after the big breakout on Thursday. Want to keep our eyes on that one. CRC, after this big 2-day squeeze, is really still just kind of flagging. So no trades in it. Was on watch for Friday, but no trades in it, no setups. PRTK, big pop last week and kind of coiling, right? SIEN, nice breakout out of a long, 4 month base. Nice breakout and a fairly decent close. I mean, well off its highs, but definitely want to watch that for a red to green, something along those lines. And then TLRY, you could pick any pot stock. I chose TLRY because this one makes really nice moves when it does get going. You had this pop back here to 25.68, and then came back down, found support, and then Friday's high 24.10. I certainly like it over Friday's high. And CGC is kind of the one that it got all the pots moving. Look at the volume there and a very strong close. So if the pots together make a move, I'm going to watch TLRY. You can watch any of them, CGC, Cron, whatever. And that's it. I'm going to leave the watch list at that. We'll add some gappers in the pre-market. Teamwork's been great. Trading's been great. So let's keep it up into next week, and we'll see you on Monday.